Hi, everybody. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. Happy National Relaxation Day, I think that's what I saw going across my timeline. This is not a this is what I'm about to put myself through is not going to be relaxing. It's going to make my blood boil. But I did want to start with a public service announcement. Drinkbox Studios, the wonderful people that made Guacamelee, released a game on PlayStation Vita called Severed, and last August, I think it was August or September, it made its way to the Nintendo Wii U, and I bought it in like 2 seconds because I wanted to play it, and it was awesome, and we're going to stream it, and it's going to be amazing. But somewhere out of nowhere, it got released on the Switch. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't even know if it works in dock mode. But all I know is that Severed is now on the Switch. So if you missed it on the Wii U, get it for Switch. It's $15. It's a really, really, really cool game. And just like Guacamelee took a lot of inspiration from Mexican history, lore, and lucha libre, Severed does the same with South American culture and myth and all that fun stuff, and put all that in there. So it's a nice, big, awesome amalgamation, and it also has that wonderful paperboard art style that I just love so freaking bad. So there's your public service announcement. Severed is now out for Nintendo Switch. So that being said, on with tonight's programming. Hello, Lena. Hello, Lexi. And here we are. Get ready for the glory of Cave Story. Like, I've had it in the back of my mind of, like, I should, like, open with that. With the Butterfly song, like, do you want to do it, like, every single time and then never, like, actually beat the game? Do you want to be that guy that plays it every single time until you do? It's like, don't be that guy. Alright. So, here we are. I want to take a nap. But the bed's leaning to one side. It wouldn't be a very good nap, so quote says, nope. You're locked in. That's it. Can't do it. We're stuck. We've committed. Speaking of committed, what are your thoughts on that 3D polygonal model of quote that Nisalis had on their Twitter?
Yeah, I got no idea on that, honestly.
I tweeted to you, and I have no way of confirming this, but if they put quote in Bounty Battle, that would be fucking sick as hell. Because that would almost make perfect sense. For those of you who do not know what Bounty Battle is, imagine Smash Brothers, but it's all indie game characters. That's Bounty Battle. And it is currently got a crowdfunding campaign going on Fig, the same crowdfunding service that was used by Double Fine for the game with Rasputin. What the fuck's it called?
Yeah, Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts! There we go! Jesus Christ. I don't know why I can't think. I'm already, like, got, like, anxiety here of... because of this fucking game. Oh, I'm doing great already. Get hit from below, get shot up into the sky because physics. F this section. Edgy Cloud came in, now you have every Smash amiibo now? Oh my god, you're way ahead of me. You have Caleb, Robe, oh no! Well, thank you for your support. All the same. Oh, death! Because it is the G1 Wrestling Universe. kind of a late start for Ro, but you know, he's got a day job and chillins to worry with. Welcome back, Lexi! Up! Having no clue what that, quote, character model could be used for, I really do like how they are really taking full-on inspiration from the actual artwork and not just trying to do, like, you know, like a low-def polygon kind of thing that resembles what we're seeing here. I really do like how it's like, no, we're gonna make them look like the artwork. Because I don't think that's what they did with Cave Story 3D. It really looks like they did, they were trying to make polygons that looked like this art style, and I don't know if that was for the best or not. And, not that anybody will be able to notice this on YouTube later, but if you're watching it right now, and it says if I'm under what communities I'm broadcasting under, if it still says Path of Exile, the reason for that is I can't change it. It keeps giving me a 404 error every time I try to do that. So, just throwing that out there. When Sonic, I actually didn't know Sonic Mania was coming out this week until actually Upazap said something about the PC version getting delayed by 2 weeks. I'm so out of the loop.
Yeah,
but apparently it's really good.
Yeah, I already finished it, by the way.
Oh, Jesus!
And I actually broke it right before we started.
Oh. So, for someone who has very casually only played Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and a little bit of Sonic 4, is it worth my time to pick up?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. Because, like,
Well,
everyone's like, you should get Sonic
also...
Generations. Like, I didn't like Sonic Adventure 1 or 2, even though I had both. Which really, like, upon learning that, like, Tails' Patrol or whatever it was a part of the DX game, makes me really like, wow, I wish I never traded that game in. Hashtag save everything. Shit. I would have gotten it, I would have spent my last $30 on shitty GameCube games to send to one place. I hope they like Shrek Extra Large. Oh no! Well, well, well. Your heart's in the right place, Joe. What that place is a place indeed. Whether it's the right place. Is it in the right place? I don't know. Oh, shit! Go! I don't care about the dialogue! So, I went back and watched my run from last week, and I think my biggest problem was with Ballos' second form that I was having with was that I wasn't giving myself enough space. Like, I was way too close to him the entire time. So I'm thinking...
Yeah, that was a bit of it.
That if I actually back the fuck up a little bit... and actually give myself the whole room, I might do better.
Yeah, 'cause at that point, the only thing that really kills you is if he squishes you or the shockwaves.
Right, so yeah, just... Now, would it be better off if I did just doing charge shots, or should I just try to, like, just spam regular shots?
Do charge shots, because those can hit both eyes.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah, I completely broke the music in Sonic Mania. I think I'm gonna have to actually restart the game to fix it.
Whoa, okay, say that again. You broke the Sonic game and you had to restart it?
I think I'm gonna have to restart it to fix the music.
Oh. What did you do?
Okay, this will be a mini spoiler, but
Cover your
when
ears.
you get all... But if you played Sonic 3, you'll know exactly what it is already. If you get all the Chaos Emeralds, you unlock the character's super form. If you beat a mini-boss while in the super form, the music stops. Or I had the music stop, and it never came back.
Oh.
So I don't know if I glitched it because I beat a boss while in super form, or if it was something else.
Do I want some tea? Absolutely not! Seriously, like, the thumbnail that auto-generated for that was just too funny. But no, I don't want any tea ever again. Woo! Ah! Oh dear. Yeah! And still nothing? Oh no! The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts. Hashtag Gene Wilder is funny, man. Oh, come on! I know it's not pleasant at all. That's the joke. It's from not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder. The part where Augustus Gloop gets stuck in the chute in the Fudge River. He's like, the suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts. And that wonderful deadpan delivery that Gene Wilder does so well throughout the entire movie. And you want to really know what happened? Sure. Oh, shit. No! Not now! God damn it! Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is real bad. I didn't mean to do any of this! Fudge! Well, that was a thing. Yes, give me the one pity heart. So you tried to tell... Oh, we have a name now! His name is Dan. Dan Hibiki? Your crush is Dan Hibiki. Because that's who he is in my brain now. Get one charge shot off. Fuck. Oh, god damn it. Well, outside of, like, not having a ton of health, I can consistently get through the boss now. That's good. Blah, 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 blah. Ballos is a bad guy. I get it. Okay, I have -4 minutes to beat the game to get the super secret achievement. I think we got it. Well, that sucks. Oh. I didn't know you could actually read the statues. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That was a complete accident. Oh. Pfft. No health to be had. Passage. Doggo. Sealed chamber. Okay. It would have been nice that, you know, you could actually, like, skip the dialogue if you have to fight him more than once.
Yeah, now you can only scroll faster.
Here comes the lightning. Or not! Shit. That wasn't too bad, all things considered. Okay. Shit. So how about that N64 Kickstarter?
That went somewhere.
Yeah! Friggin' exploded. Like 4 days ago, said they'll hit $100,000 before the end of the week. They hit $100,000 in 3 days. Oops. I think the real test of that controller's metal will be when I finally get it in my hot little hands. And they said they're trying to ship this thing before the end of the calendar year, which is saying something. Because I really thought it said 2018. It's like, no, it says 2017. I'm like, oh, okay. But, the real test of that controller's metal will be, can I do a Green Demon challenge with it and not blame the controller or the input for any time that I make a mistake. That's gonna be the big thing. Because that's gonna be the first thing I do when I get it. Go, 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 oh my god. Or not, that's cool too. Am I gonna stream it? Sure. Because I know I can do, Bob Battlefield and Cool Mountain consistently. I just have not been able to do, the second half of Dry Desert, and I haven't even attempted Thwomp's Fortress. Because my problem with Dry Desert is getting the setup of actually getting to the teleporter to launch myself out of the cannon. And all the speedrunning videos I see it, they're all playing it on emulator, which is cheating! And I'm not just saying that because they're emulating it, it's cheating because it actually increases the draw distance to a degree that you can actually see the red coins from where you are with the cannon. So, like, that, you really can't see them that well when you're playing it on an actual N64. You can barely see them, which does not help with the setup of me actually launching myself out of the cannon to try to kind of get in the general direction that I need to be in. But yeah, I'll do it. I've been meaning to dedicate just a stream just to the Green Demon Challenge because I'm not a big speed runner or internal challenge setter, but the Green Demon Challenge is just so silly that I can't help but not do it. Do Bowser's Fire Sea? Oh, Jesus. You know what? If I ever attempt Bowser's Sea of Fire, I have to play the video of G1 Lord Abyssian, Do You Know the Riverman? And his incredible run of Bowser's Sea of Fire, of which I didn't even know you could do it in that map, but you can. And he said it took him about an hour. That would have taken me about a lifetime. But he has this save right at the very end. Like, could not cut it any closer. And if you try to go look for it on YouTube, you actually have to type in Bowser's Sea of Fire Green Demon Challenge, because there's no metadata for it at all. It was originally submitted to be a part of Available Now in the highlight video, and Available Now unfortunately got canceled, like everything that's good in my life. So it just kind of sat there, and it only has like less than 100 views on YouTube, which is criminal considering how good of a run it is. Oh god, I didn't even see that guy there. Yeah. Seriously, that was nuts. Because I kept everybody saying like the Wikipedia page for the Green Demon Challenge looks like it hasn't been updated since it was really like discovered in the West back in like, what was that, 2012? 2013?
Like that.
The wiki page, if you like do a Google search for it, hasn't been updated since then, where like it doesn't even mention Bowser's Sea of Fire as a place that you can do it. So, oops. I'm pretty sure there are other places you can do it, but as generally accepted, the 4 places the Green Demon Challenge can be done is the Bomb Battlefield, Cool Mountain, Dry Desert, and Whomp's Fortress. And I'm okay with just being able to do those. Because I can barely do, 2 of them. Like, if it wasn't beyond, like, my skill level, and I know it totally is, which is why I'm not even gonna bother trying, speedrunning 120 stars, that actually interests me. Because, like, the people that do that have got, like, the game memorized so freaking well. And then I think, like, man, I'd really like to try that. And then I just remember that I can't even do hardest to the core for Little Nightmares. I'm like, Tom, if you can't even do that, you don't stand a chance at doing any speedrunning for Mario 64. It's just not gonna happen. You must first beat hardest to the core to stand a chance. Speaking of which, we will get back to Little Nightmares once all the DLC has been released for it. Apparently, the first piece of DLC that has been released for it is only about an hour long, and knowing me, that really means it's like a 2-hour-long piece of DLC. But I'd figure it would be better and more fun if we just waited till all of them get released and then just do it all at once. So, word on the street is they're gonna have like the rest of it done by the end of November? ? So we'll get back to it then. But yeah, believe me, if I ever do hardest to the core again, it's gonna be on air. Don't worry about that. Because I want it. I want that achievement. Alright, full health and everything. Let's see how long that lasts. The answer is 1 room. Just watching a tool-assisted speedrun of Banjo-Kazooie just now. That shit they did was incredible. Okay, so please explain to me, tool-assisted speedrun, is that like recording the inputs? Because I see that term getting thrown around all the time, but I don't fully understand what it means.
Yeah, I believe it's essentially recording inputs frame by frame to make it the absolute quickest thing possible.
Wow. Frame by frame. That is hardcore. Banjo's just fun to watch people play anyway. Even, oh gosh, I can't even remember what the name of it is. Somebody in the chat might know, but back in like 2011, 2010, no, Destin was still there, so it had to have been before he left. It was when Screw Attack was doing community challenges against G1s where like a person in the office would play a game and then set the bar, and then the G1s would have to try to beat that. Like, I remember Destin had like a single combo for Orchid on the Super Nintendo version of Killer Instinct. It was like a 21-hit combo that was not an Ultra, which is ridiculous. Did P-Zizzle beat Ballos yet? Yeah, not yet, no.
Word, I've officially stopped on that at this point. I'm just getting to, it's just not worth it at this point.
As we all know, it's really, really hard, and you have to ask yourself, is it worth the sanity?
And it's not worth it having to do the whole thing over again just to keep dying at the very end of it.
Heaven help you if some of the unattainable RNG, and then the person needs the rerun and to keep the numbers to line up. Oh no. That's not good at all. Yeah, no, it's, Destin's was Killer Instinct, but I remember Nick's was, I think, like, getting, like, all the Jiggies in the first area of Banjo-Kazooie. And he had the great idea. I was like, well, now it's available on Xbox 360. We can use that, too. And then you found out you couldn't skip, like, the gibberish cutscenes. So it's like, no! It has to be only on the N64. That just cuts our audience in, like, half! That was terrible. I got hit. Right out of the gate. Ah! Oh dear! No, 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 no. Seriously, none of them have dropped any hearts so far.
There's one in the corner.
Oh, there it is. You're absolutely right. Was that the only hit I took?
Maybe?
Wow! Hey, thank you for hosting, Vork. Jesus Christ. You still haven't gotten your code for PoE? Prison of Elders?
Path of Exile.
Halder. Ada, Anna, Tupone. Mayakido. Dade, Gesundheit. Oh, come on! Okay. Yeah, Vork, that's what everybody's saying. Sonic Mania is good. Maybe I'll, get it when it goes on sale or something like that. Because, I've got all the 2D Sonics that got released on 360. And almost all of those are backward compatible, interestingly enough. Which is funny because all of those are running emulation. So it's like an emulation running within a virtualization. It's $20. That's cool. Technically, I would need to buy Sonic 4 twice. Because the iOS version got the minecart level that the fans bitched about so much that they actually took it out of the console release. Which is ridiculous.
I'm trying to remember if the Wii version of Episode 1 had it. I can't remember.
If it did, it'd be worth getting just for that, because according to Jim Sterling, that was the best level in the whole fucking game. Am I getting River City Ransom Underground? I'm hoping for a console port, but if it keeps getting taken off Steam again, I may as well get it. How much is it?
$20, I think.
Yeah!
It's
I need a better
been
job.
on sale some recently, but I want to say it's normally $20.
I just need to get a better job. I mean, well, I need to, it's past the point of me just saying it, it's the point of me actually needing it. Because it's like the next chapter of my life kind of hinges on me actually having a better job, so... Whoops, that was a mistake.
Now I think about it, you honestly could pass on Sonic 4 if you really wanted to, but I would say if you haven't played, because it's not really that big a game, really, or not, like, it was okay, but you don't really have to play it.
Well, I really only got it because it was the mystery game for the Iron Man of gaming. Well, shit. Oh, I missed. Oh! While that's going on... Oh, shit. Pull up the thing! Jeez Louise! Yes, use Curly's panties, which is right next to the life pod, because that makes sense and stuff.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you haven't played CD yet, I would look for that one when it goes on sale too.
I haven't played CD, but I have it on 360.
Okay, because there are some touches from that in Mania as well.
Whoops. Shit. There we go. There we go. All right, girls and boys. Oh, I see what you mean. If anybody knows what I'm talking about when I say all right, girls and boys, that means you've been watching Caddy and his Pinocchio review. Oh, that Pinocchio review. Oh, dear God. What in the hell? Shit. Damn it, that hitbox is not impossibly small, but small enough to make me go, ah! Oh, have you tried out the Tinkerbell dance yet?
Yes, I have. It's not much.
Oh.
You get a sword attack, and you get kind of a floaty double jump.
Ah.
That's pretty much it.
I see.
And it acts as the trade for the Dryad dance.
Acts as a trade for what?
You have to trade the Dryad dance. The trade
what did the Dryad do? I don't think I actually used it.
I can't remember, to be honest. Because I barely used that one.
Oh, shit. Oh, come on! No! Shit. Oh, come on! Really? Don't worry, I got this. As he lies to everybody watching with only 7 health. Oh!
There we go.
Okay, now what?
Okay, he's gonna... It's basically he rotates around the room and you have to shoot the eyes down, essentially.
Okay.
Watch out for the skulls dropping from the ceiling.
Is this where I use missiles?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Stick with the spur.
Okay.
This part's not so bad as long as you dodge the skulls.
Oh, the music just changed too. That's crazy.
Yep.
Ah!
You have the idea at least.
Quick, Tom, place swords to plowshares. This isn't Magic the Gathering! Okay.
You
I
still
could
wouldn't
get-
have had a chance because there was still one more part to it. So
did I see the other stuff the caddy did? No, I haven't. I only saw the Pinocchio video. I need to watch more because that's very silly. Does he talk about Master System stuff? Because not a lot of people on YouTube do. Okay, so that is officially the furthest I've gotten at all. I just need to get better at his second form.
yeah, pretty much.
If I can get through the second form without using the life potion.
Yeah, if you can do that, you should at least get to the last part.
What the? Oh! Have I tried not dying? Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, let's now. Okay, now we know. Now we know. Death to all cherubs. Oh boy. It's on Disney XD's official YouTube channel? Wow. Why don't they just do that for everything? That's what Shout Factory does with all the episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000 that they have the rights to. They just put them on their YouTube channel, which is ridiculous. I hope that is profitable for them. I've got YouTube Red, so I can't tell if they're running any ads on it or not.
I was gonna say, is it free to watch or is it a rental sort of thing?
No, it's free to watch. Like, full episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Right up on their YouTube channel. Because I thought I was watching, like somebody, like, bootlegged an episode, you know, like a VHS rip, and like, nope! It's from the Shout Factory's own own YouTube page. Because I'm like, how much is that cutting into their profitability of the DVD itself? YouTube Red or RedTube? YouTube Red. You know. Like, I'm not using the majority of what that service offers. I just got it so I could, like, download videos to my phone and watch them, and that way the content creator still gets credit for them. And then I found out that has absolutely zero impact on battery life. It still takes the same amount of battery power to stream something off of an LTE network that it does to stream it, to play it off the device. That's just dumb. I think that's just the app not being efficient. But, you know, being able to load up literally any channel and not have ads ever again, and knowing that the content creator is getting paid for it, makes me feel good.
Yeah, see, that's the only reason I would use YouTube Red, if at all, but I don't think I'd use it enough to pay the $10.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. That was dumb. I like Donald Duck puts down a towel to cover his bottom half. Oh, but he still walks around with just his hat and his sailor shirt, right? What about YouTube TV? No. See, here's where I am a bit of a conundrum. I will not get YouTube TV because I don't want all of these different streaming services. Because then it's like, the whole point of cutting the cord was so that way you wouldn't have to give in to the cable TV's demands and then pay for all these extra channels that you're never gonna watch. You know, just pay what you want. Well, now everybody's launching their own streaming service that you're gonna end up paying the same amount of money for your cable bill all over again. which is stupid. It should have been just Netflix and Hulu, and that's it. And then HBO Go happened. And that was actually a step in the right direction because you could actually watch HBO programming without having to have an HBO cable box or have a cable box to watch HBO. I mean, that's actually kind of good. And that's the way it should be. But the problem is now everybody's doing that. Disney just said they're taking all of their programming off Netflix and launching their own service in 2019. And I'm like, here we go.
Yep.
And it's Disney, so of course people are gonna do it. I wouldn't get YouTube Red because fuck giving YouTube money. No, don't say that! I want to have a career in YouTube. YouTube Red's gonna be one of the only sustainable things. Oh, we're getting jitters already.
I think it was noted that with the Disney streaming service, there was no actual mention of Marvel in the stuff they were putting on there.
Well, I'd have to assume it would be like all of their animated stuff and possibly Star Wars.
I think, but they did mention I think they mentioned specific stuff on there when they were talking about what would go on there. Like mentioning the shows and the animated films, but no mention whatsoever of Marvel at all, though.
So here, let me not get on a soapbox real quick, but let me just put it this way to Shadowcat, what he just said right there about fuck giving YouTube money. That's totally your call, and I won't hold it against you at all. But here's what I'm saying to consider. In case if you haven't heard, YouTube's been in a big upheaval over advertisers pulling out and leaving. And the ad revenue for a lot of channels has fallen into the ground. And those people that were making a career out of YouTube are suddenly having the money dry up. That's not good. And here's one thing that is good, is that the money that is brought in from YouTube Red is actually offsetting the advertising revenue that was lost by the people that don't have YouTube Red. So if you want to support a content creator and you don't feel like you can pledge to a Patreon, or if they don't even have a Patreon, one way to make sure that those people get paid for what they do is YouTube Red. And holy shit, does it actually make a difference. I don't make a lot of money on YouTube at all, largely because I haven't been putting a lot of effort into it up until recently with all of the Texas Shindig videos. But one thing that I have noticed is that I have seen a substantial uptick in YouTube Red viewership. That is good stuff to have. So don't write it off, but I'm not going to hold it against you if you don't want to do it, because that's your call, and I'm not going to, and you're your own person, and you can make your own decisions. Like, the only person that I know that straight up said hasn't been affected by the adpocalypse was Jared. And I figured he would have been one of the people hit hardest by it. And when he did his little channel update video a couple months ago, said that he never saw a change. It made me feel really good about that, because he, even from the first episode of Pro Review, he pitched a different kind of product that went against what most people were doing on YouTube at the time, which was angry dude yelling at a camera, and he wasn't doing that. And him not being affected by it certainly shows that good things can still happen. The fact that he hasn't had to launch a Patreon is very encouraging too. You still think Patrick Warburton should voice Launchpad McQuack? Peter! Or Brock Sampson, I should say. Doc, I don't think this is a very good idea. Think about the boys! Hashtag worst Warburton ever. Come on. Get on down here. There we go. You'll have to forgive me. I really don't see Warburton doing Launchpad McQuack's voice because the only frame of reference that I have for him is Brock Sampson and Joe Swanson. So I really don't know. I don't know what his vocal range is, unless if you want him doing that voice, which is essentially the same voice for Launchpad. I don't see that working, to be honest. Jim Sterling doesn't monetize his videos. That is correct. He has a Patreon, which is bringing in loads of money. Look at his Patreon numbers. Goals. I personally want to get to the point that I don't have to think about doing a Patreon.
No, that's right. He was Kronk in Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, well, that's the same voice, though. It's the same voice! So, I mean, if you want him to be that, well, I mean, I guess I could see that working, you know, like him, like, the serious voice, but very incompetent character. I guess that works. He also did the Tick, which was the same voice! And we have to clarify, it was the live-action Tick from, like... When was that? Was it the 2000s?
Can't remember. I guess you should say the first live-action? Would he be the first live-action Tick?
The first live-action one Tick, it was on Fox, I want to say.
Because I believe they announced a new one's happening.
Yeah, they're doing another one. I think it's like on Amazon streaming or something like that. 2002? Yeah. It was that recent? Wow. For some reason, I remember it being much older. I was actually kind of hoping when they announced the new live-action Tick that they would bring Warburton back because I thought he was fucking great. Note the question mark. Oh. Well, I'm sure Wikipedia will give us an answer. Ah, damn it. Ah, shit. No! Oh! Screw you! Really? Damn it. He was Locke in Attack of the Power of Juju. Well, shit. Now I need to get that game. Man, I remember when that first one came out, and it came out around the same time Billy Hatcher on the GameCube did. And like Billy Hatcher, you look at it, it's silly. It's Billy Hatcher, you know, whatever. Chicken Hood, whatever. Silly. And then you have, on the back of the box for Attack of the Power of Juju, Tack in a chicken suit. And I'm like, somebody taking inspiration? What's going on here? We're double dipping on ideas. He was also Hugo Vasquez in Tales from the Borderlands. Ooh. Mistakes have been made. Okay, well that actually didn't go too bad. Ah! Shit. Woo! Oh, God! That would have been bad. He also voiced Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Well, that makes perfect sense. Again, probably the same voice. Did you know Arlie Ermey and Thomas F. Wilson were Crash Bandicoot? What?! Okay! I thought the only video games Tom Wilson ever did were the Wing Commander games when he was playing Mad Dog. That's crazy. I had no idea. Oops. Yes! Star. Tom Kenny's the voice of Spyro. I thought Elijah Wood was the voice of Spyro. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, I have negative 6 minutes to beat this in 4 minutes, so we got this. Oh, it actually doesn't let you start charging till you hit the ground. How about that?
Yep.
That's kind of jacked up. I know he also did a voice for Spyro. That was the joke. When they did like the semi-serious reboot of Spyro in like 2005, 2006, it was kind of like, I want to say Spyro the Dragon: A New Beginning. And like David Spade was like the voice of like the Mentor Dragon or something like that. It was really weird. But I want to say that came out around the same time that the Aragon movie was being released. Because like Vivendi Universal was doing both of the games, and I just remember their training room. It was either at Conference 2005 or 2006, because it was still being held in Texas. It was just like, there's a lot of dragons in this training room. What's going on here? Yeah, David Spade was the voice of Dragonfly. Yeah! I'm not crazy. Oh, boy. Yeah, well, what year was that game, Vork? Now kill me or I will kill you. What? All the way up. All the way down. All the way over. So I think I'm going to finally go see Spider-Man Homecoming tomorrow at the Draft House. Because my work schedule has been all sorts of effed up. Going from having weekends off to not having this weekend off to you're gonna have this weekend off again. Oh, fuck. I missed. Screw you! Make sure you stay after the credits. Oh, Jesus! Oh, that would have been bad news. Yeah, no, the original Iron Man taught us that lesson. Believe me, I stay to the end every single time now and get crushed. I know circle bad. I was looking away from the TV. That's what the problem was. Whoops. Not gonna... Oh, I had enough. Huh, how about that? There's like no on-screen indication for the booster. You just kind of have to feel it out.
Yep.
Or know how many sustained seconds that you've been in the air. Fuck. That was dumb. Can I say that the checkpoints in this are just brutal? Well, guess what? This area is literally called hell. So, yeah. Thankfully, this is the last part of the game. So when we finish it, that'll be the end of it.
Maybe.
It's just... maybe. And that's all we're gonna say on that matter. Is... maybe you'll think of me. And now that I've completely butchered the ink spots, we will never play that again. We will never play Fallout again. I'm sorry, Eraser. Coming this fall, Fallout 4. It's happening this time, I promise! I've got the game, I've got all the DLC. I'm just like... Bethesda may or may not be doing some Xbox One X enhancements, and I'm definitely getting one, so I figured, why deprive you, the viewing audience, out of the best visual fidelity experience you can get on console? Also, let's be real, if I start playing a Fallout game on Showgram, I do everything. So if we start that, that's gonna be all we're doing on Tuesdays for like a year. I'm just throwing that out there right now. So if you all get tired of me playing Fallout, blame Eraser, because he's the one that wants me to do it. 7-day marathon of Fallout? Oh my god. Okay, seriously, if I win the lottery, that's what we're doing. I will break Screw Attack's record, and we will do the trick that the guy that broke the world record of playing Black Ops. Like I get to like save up breaks, and we'll have like a gentleman camp where you can like just watch Gentlemen, you know, when I'm sleeping. So that way, like, oh, watch the cats. No, I'm serious as a goddamn heart attack. We should be doing like a G1 lottery pool. Like, for real. It's like, win the lottery and it's like, hey, guess what? We'll never have to worry about money ever again. Ever. See, the thing is, if I did ever win, I wouldn't take the huge lump sum. I would do like the payout, which would be like 20 years at like $50,000 a month or something like that, only because I don't want to, well, one, I don't want to lose any money, but two, I don't want to go mad with power and get it all at once and then just like spend it recklessly and then be broke in like 10 years. And then that means I'd actually have to get a job again. How about no? How about we don't do that? If you win it, invest it. In what? All the good investments are like pretty much done. Like, what is there to still invest in that people haven't killed the market for? What's a guarantee? What is something that's gonna have a guaranteed return on? Buy a restaurant? Maybe. Yeah, that's like, seriously, that's like the things that I wanted to do, like buy myself a house, pay off my brother's student loan, pay off my mother's loan for her house, and then buy a DeLorean. In that order. I'll fly to Humble, Texas, buy the car in cash, with a suitcase full of cash, and I'll have the same outfit that Sammy Davis Jr. had on when he got his. Take a picture of it, and then drive it back to Virginia. And I'll record the whole thing, it'll be great. Why are you paying for my brother's loan? No, I'm not. That's the thing. I want to pay off my brother's loan because he got screwed, like, hardcore. He went to Johns Hopkins University's music school, the Peabody Conservatory of Music, and he was originally supposed to get hired by the college after he got his bachelor's, and then he would be able to finish and get his master's. Well, he had some personal health problems crop up, which made him a liability in the eyes of the college. So they said, we're no longer interested in hiring you, bye. So he got stuck with a student loan that's the size of a phone number. And he's been desperately trying to pay it off little by little and trying to defer the loans as much as he could. So it would be something that I would very much like to do for him, since he got screwed over by the system so bad, is to pay off his loan so he could actually have a goddamn life. Also, he's wanted an Indian motorcycle for as long as I can remember. So I figured that'd be kind of like his rebooting of his life. It's like, hey, your debt's been wiped out, and by the way, here's the motorcycle you've always wanted. I mean, that would be, goals. Shit. That was scary. I mean, also, winning the lottery, meaning not having to worry about money ever again. I would be able to, like, do this full time and for fun. And if it becomes a thing, it becomes a thing. Shout out to my 5 subscribers and making the dream happen. One of them might be on this phone call right now.
Maybe.
Maybe. So any deals on Xbox Live this week? I'll have to check because I looked on the dashboard for the one, and all they had listed was the DLC expansions for a bunch of games that I don't have.
Yeah, they're doing their ultimate add-on sale this week.
I see. Speaking of add-ons, I downloaded Metal Gear Rising, which is now backward compatible. Hashtag rules of nature. All the DLC was there, except for the High Frequency Blade DLC. I gotta get on that with Konami and Microsoft and make that happen, because if I can't play the game with the Fox Blade, I can't play the game at all. Because the Fox Blade is too much fun, as broken of a weapon as it is. But that was a huge part of the game for me. And I don't want to play the game without it.
I see a couple of it worth mentioning. Oh, Sunset Overdrive Season Pass is 67% off.
Oh, yeah. Sunset Overdrive. Hashtag great game.
The expansion pass for Forza Horizon 3 is half off, which that includes the Hot Wheels DLC.
Oh my. By the way, would you happen to know where I could get a clicker? What's a clicker? I got like a fidget cube, does that count? Not a fidget spinner, a fidget cube.
Bionic Commando Rearmed is $250.
Oh gosh, get that. Yeah, if you don't have, funny that you mentioned that. Foreshadowing. A remote control. I thought that was called a zapper. Like when you go to the Mid-South and they call everything Coke.
Let's see, Darkstalkers Resurrection is $450.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Jam that turbo!
Well, here's one I need. Dead Rising Case West and Case Zero are both half off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the only knock I have against the HD versions of the Dead Rising games is that they didn't bring Case West or Case Zero over. So the thing that you could do for Dead Rising 2, where you could start out at a higher level, you can't do that in the HD versions. I mean, that's not a huge deal, but whatever.
Word, which one are you asking about for backwards compatibility?
Bionic Commando Rearmed 2 is. I don't think 1 is yet. A clicker for counting. Oh, those. Okay, like he's talking about like those little.
Okay, I know what he's talking about.
Palm size, and they got the digits on them, and you press the button, and it tabulates. It goes up by 1.
Yeah,
that's what he's talking about. Yeah, Rearmed 1 isn't. I don't think it's backward compatible yet. And I don't think WiiWare the movie, the game, is backward compatible yet either.
Which that's also on sale.
Is it really?
Yeah, but Rearmed 2 is not.
Because WiiWare the movie, the game, went on sale. Gosh, it may have been Christmas for like stupid cheap, like $2.50, and I'm like, if you can ignore how stupid the story gets towards the end, that's a game worth playing because the gameplay is actually really good. It's the story just kind of gets kind of stupid and turns into a low-rent Metal Gear Solid. Because, like, if Capcom was ever going to revisit Bionic Commando and make it 3D, the gameplay of WiiWare the movie, the game, is actually what they need to stay focused on. And I will say this, for those of you who have played WiiWare the movie, the game, there's these little indicators that appear on the side of your crosshair when you're swinging forward. That's when the game is telling you that's your optimum time to let go to get the most distance out of your swing. When I played it at the managers conference earlier that fall, those indicators weren't there, and I had to figure it out on my own. So they made some changes before the final release. You want Hyper Fighting and HD Remix to be backward compatible so I can stream their arcade modes? You know what? I would really like that too. That is, if the rumors about the 30th anniversary collection are true or not. Because if the 30th anniversary edition is true, then... Because, okay, there's Hyper Street Fighter 2, which was on the anniversary collection for the original Xbox. I don't know which version would be better than that. That or, Ultra Street Fighter 2, which... Does that actually let you go through, like, you can be Sagat from Street Fighter 2, the new, the World Warrior, and Sagat from Street Fighter 2, the New Challengers?
I don't think so. I think it's just a...
So it's just HD Remix with violent
HD it is slightly patched compared to HD Remix, though, from what I heard. They did add a little bit more balancing to it. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much 360 remix, HD remix with 2 extra characters.
Okay. That was a mistake. Woo! Okay. Damn it. There we go.
I believe... Oh wait, no, never mind, that was on PSN. I know on PS4, Mirror's Edge Catalyst is down to $10 this week.
Still not cheap enough. Fuck. Oh my gosh! Really? Shout out to those spikes only doing 5 damage instead of 10. Fudge! Wish I could pick up his throne and throw it at him. Whoops. Oh, come on. Oh, really, man? Oh, what the? What the? What?
No,
Okay,
it's because you were invincible when he crushed you.
Oh my gosh.
I would almost say even when he's not, or when he's in the middle of his jumping, you can even just do lower level charged shots to still try to hit him.
Okay.
And then you can just charge it up while he's staying still.
Ah, sugar.
Oh, I guess it hasn't been said yet, but the games with gold are already up for tomorrow.
What's
Or
the
for next half.
second half of the month? Because I actually had to renew my card because it actually expired on my brother's birthday.
It's Trials Fusion on the 1 and Red Faction Armageddon on the 360.
I think I actually have both of those, but I will check. Because it's getting to the point for, like, the sales and the games with gold that I have all the games. Except for Bayonetta, because Sega hates me for some reason. Because, of course, that's the way it would be. Woo! Oh, crap. Oh, you know, that reminds me. You sent me a link to some unused Cave Story music. How'd you come across that?
There was a site that had the original soundtrack, and they... don't remember if it's that they dug through the files, or if it's that it was released somewhere. I can't remember which. But just they put like half dozen or so extra songs on there.
Some snazzy tunes. What'd you get at the deli, Wordman? You two should see about playing Kirby Superstar together. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it, Pizzap?
I've never actually played that one co-op, because I keep forgetting, because you have to have a helper to do that. Actually, I think that works with Dreamland 3 as well.
Yeah, I have Dreamland 3.
I think I still have
Potato wedges and wings. Get yourself a pizzazz and put that on the pizzazz for maximum crunchiness. Sorry. You were saying while I was getting excited about leftovers being returned to
I was saying, I think I still have Dreamland 3. I think my brother still has it.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It's like Death's Hallway in Castlevania. You want to make it to the end, but the cherubs are in the way, so you gotta shoot those, but you can't shoot because it's... Shout out to the Angry Video Game Nerd! Who has a new episode today, by the way?
Yep, and probably the best use of a fidget spinner in some time.
Better than when that picture I took of Shelby dabbing with it at RTX?
Probably about equal.
Okay. I'll probably check that out tomorrow morning while I'm wrapping up the final few videos of the Texas Shindig. Also, I really got left are vlogs, and those are super easy to do. I just gotta make sure that the audio doesn't cut out. Because Mario Party Saturday, holy shit, that was a near disaster. When I was moving everything over from the flash card to the hard drive, there was a copy of a copy, and I don't know how it happened. Oh yes, I do. I was moving stuff over for Shelby off of her phone onto an SD card of her camera, and my laptop just straight up rebooted in the middle of it. Like, it got overwhelmed or something like that. And it's a relatively new laptop, so I was super scared that this happened. I thought I lost everything. Everything appeared to be there, but the original file that I put in for the third part of Mario Party Saturday sputtered out after about 12 minutes. And I was like, what the hell is this all about? Go back and play the raw file in VLC, it sputters out. What? I go and put it in Windows Media Player, sputters out. I'm like, oh my god, there's something wrong with it. And I'm like, wait a minute, do I still have that copy? It was in the recycle bin. I almost deleted it. I almost ruined Mario Party Saturday. Thank God. Moral of the story, save everything! Don't delete anything, keep everything! And I only made passing mention of it in a text vlog, not knowing that I would almost have a heart attack when I would get home. There was something wrong with one of the files. Yikes! Speaking of Mario Party Saturday, I've got to get. I really ought to have gotten up on stage to do the push-ups. You know, there's always next year. If there is next year, who knows? I just remember when people were doing belly busters or belly bombs or whatever they are. Whenever Craig would get knocked down in in him versus Mike Tyson at SGC 2013, 2014, and 2015. That was ridiculous. The download Gerard's completions episodes yet. I'm probably gonna have to do that this week because I've got a lot of work to do because all of his stuff goes away on the 1st of September, and then on the 15th of September, all of the Xbox Live indie games go away too. So I'm trying to download all those in hopes that someone jailbreaks the console later on and makes all the trials of the arcade games like playable. And I hope by that extension that would include the indie games. Because the ones that I really want to try, I've bought. But there's going to be other ones that inevitably I'm going to find out about later. Like, oh shit, I wish I would have bought them and I can't buy them because they're delisted. I really wish they weren't sunsetting that program. I really wish they would just make them backward compatible. But, whatever. People on how much... Well, let me put it this way. I have about 2,500 of the games downloaded already, and that only took about 100 gigs. And there's 3,601 titles, so I've got a little over 1,000 to go, and I've been downloading them since like March. I will be able to fit the entire catalog on my 360's internal hard drive, which is ridiculous to think about. Shout out to the 500 gigabyte drive that they released for it. Xbox Live Arcade games, on the other hand, unless if there's something that gets delisted because it has music rights or something, those aren't going anywhere, especially since they're being made backward compatible with the one. That's an additional source of income that they can't afford to lose, so that's fine. Yeah, like Scott Pilgrim, the license for that expired. You can't get that anymore.
Or JoJo's.
I do remember... What's up?
Or JoJo's.
Or JoJo, yeah, there you go. I do remember O'Malley saying that he would... It's a life goal of his to get Scott Pilgrim back out for purchase on digital marketplaces. And I'm like, hey, bro, if you're gonna do that, why don't you take it to the next level and fix the freaking netcode? Because for those of you who played it when the Wallace DLC finally came out, you know that the netcode for the multiplayer is not very good. Alright, this is the best run that I've done so far. Whoa! Oh, so close. No, don't stop doing it now. Oh, I went so close without taking a hit. Oh, that's...
There you go.
Best run you've done, dies instantly. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Wouldn't be surprising. Can I say all this rumbling is starting to give you a headache? What rumbling?
I think he means the screen shake. Or I think they mean the screen shake.
Oh, yeah.
Which there's nothing they can really do about that.
Yeah, there's no option to turn that. Isn't this the only part of the game where this happens?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's something that's like a visual effects setting that can be toggled. Shit! No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, fuck. That one missile that I wasted. Oh, never mind. We're cool. I was gonna say that one missile. That's the one that would have killed Ballos. And I fired it. And I wasted it. Goes to charge the Polar Star. Misses. Dies instantly. Alright. Let's drink some water. Let's get hydrated. Talk to the doggo. So, now that the Legacy Collection Volume 2 has happened, I think I should finally get around to doing the comparison video. Now that all 10 of the games are available for viewing. The one thing I want to know, though, because I'd have to go back and rebuy it on the Wii's eShop, does Mega Man 9 and 10 on the Wii display in 240p? This is the question that I have to ask.
No, I don't know.
Because I remember it being super clear on the Wii, and it being not fuzzy, but not as clear on the 360, and that drove me effing crazy for some reason. Because it looked great with the FrameMeister on the Wii, but for some reason, it not so great on the 360. Yeah, drink your water, cats and kittens. Because if it does, then it's worth paying $20 to go ahead and download them again just to make a point in a video.
Yeah,
that would also require me getting my Wii out of storage because I haven't touched it since I moved everything over to the Wii U.
Honestly, I don't know, but I could check.
Because I would hope that for the Legacy Collection, it doesn't have the same problem that can't talk video games. That it doesn't have the same problem that that the 360 version would have. Fudge Pops. Alright. Touched his Wii, giggity giggity goo. Alright. That's not fair, he started with the 3 jump.
Doesn't usually.
Whoops. Oh no! The range. Ugh! Oh god damn it! Nope. Two. There we go. Oh! I thought I was further enough away. Oh well. Tom, you have a match now? Oh, oh, damn it. Is this against Shiro?
Yep.
Ah, Jesus. I thought they were saving that for the pay-per-view. I guess not. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh. Don't worry. Our feud over that shirt is far from finished. So, using the background, I kind of have an idea where to aim now for Ballos' eyes. There's a space in between the background pillars that kind of lines up.
Oh.
So that way I can sort of predict where it's going to be when he's landing. Damn it. Bootios on a pole match. You know what this reminds you of? Mega Man 9? Mega Man 9 was not this cruel.
I think he means Mighty Number 9.
Oh, Mighty Number 9? Oh, well, here's the difference. This is a good game. Mighty Number 9 isn't. Except for Counter Shade's level. The rest of the game is... Well, okay, Ray's DLC is pretty great, too. You know, what other games have had, like, DLC that was better than the main game that it was based on? Like, Minerva's Den from... Well, I actually really liked Bioshock 2. I wouldn't say that. Minerva's Den made the game even better. The Secret Armory of General Knox, I think that's actually better than the main campaign from Borderlands 1. Whoops. I might just have to get better in Capo. Maybe, you think? GTA Online. Well, it all depends. Because I really wouldn't call that DLC, because that was actually a part of the main game. Also, there is, like, the first, like, 10 hours of GTA Online is, like, almost like a prequel to the main game, so... I don't know if you can really separate the two. I don't know, maybe you can make that argument for GTA 4. Some people like The Lost and the Damned better than the main game. They also said it fixed the motorcycle physics. I personally never had a problem with the motorcycle physics. Actually, can I? Nope.
Oh yeah, no, because of the sword.
Yeah, I was saying, like, it's a fireball. Fire goes through swords. Damn it. Well, fuck. That was stupid. Ugh. You know, funny that you bring up GTA 4's ending there, where, man, there's actually an achievement for both of them, so make sure you save before you do that! Kind of like, there's an achievement for getting the correct ending in GTA 5, the Death Wish. Actually, you know, based on the way it was going, I really thought Trevor was not going to make it out of that game alive. I thought they were going to pull an Old Yeller on him. But that was not the case. Well, that sucked. Now, this actually feels more attainable than it has in any of the previous attempts. Whether this happens tonight or not, at least I'm getting enough experience to know what to expect now.
Yeah.
And now that I've actually figured something out for the second form, which is... I didn't until now. Like watching other people do things. Not that I've been watching, like, cave story videos or anything, but I've been watching a lot of Maximilian's Third Strike videos from when he's playing online with other people. It's like, oh, this guy's doing this thing. That seems to work. I should try that. And that's when I found out Alex has a Tornado DDT as a move, and I must learn him on principle now, because that's freaking awesome. If it's a command grab, that's going to be even better, because I love command grabs. And he doesn't have the move in Street Fighter V, and he doesn't have it in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, which is really unfortunate. Dead. I haven't gotten to that episode yet, Wordman. I've been watching them in reverse order because that's the way YouTube does playlists, and I think it's stupid. But I did see the episode where he was playing against Dumpster Monkey, and and I was like, oh, he's playing against Dumpster Monkey. Oh, Dumpster Monkey realized he's playing Maximilian. Oh, he's choosing Super 2 because he doesn't want to lose. Maybe he should try that more often. Just saying.
Maybe they should be more fight nights so you can learn that.
Yeah. That midday shellcast was pretty excellent. That's like, again, once I get another job, I want to do stuff like that on a more regular basis and not have it just be... Like, that's the only downside to doing G1 Game Days is the risk of oversaturation of something. It's like, well, I just did that on my personal channel. Do I want to do it again? It's like, well, I tend to only do, like, fighting games, like, once every 2 or 3 months. You know, and that's the only time I really ever get to do them, and that's kind of a drag. Which is why that Chillcast was so excellent. Also, that match against of you and Mark, your Ibuki and his Hugo, that was probably the most hypest comeback ever. Holy shit, you've got that combo down so smooth.
And on that controller.
Yeah! Oh, shit. So what do you know about Capcom versus SNK?
That's one I never got to, so I don't know much on it.
Because it's weird because there was a video that Max put up of him playing like these highlights of his fights from like his old Xbox. So, like, he's watching videos that are, like, over 10 years old, and it's, like, all of these weird matchups online and everything. And some of the sprites are, like, straight out of the Street Fighter Alpha series, but the sprites for, like, Ken and Ryu look like they were drawn by SNK people. So I'm like, that's weird. So I'm trying to figure out, like, who did the artwork, because, like, Sakura's sprite is straight up from Alpha 2. But Ryu's was definitely not from Capcom because it was too detailed compared to what he looked like at the time. Like, and it wasn't his sprite from Third Strike, which would have made sense. So it just kind of makes me wonder, like, who did what work and stuff like that. Am I hyped for Akira's new fighting game? The one with Skullomania in it? Is that for real, though?
It is a real thing.
But is Skullomania in it? Because that's what everybody keeps talking about. Because that's the only thing that people seem to remember is Skullomania from Street Fighter EX or whatever it was. Also, is it a 3D game or is it a 2D game or...
I don't remember.
Wonder how thriving the online community for Gyro Mark of the Wolves is. I don't think there is one. I think that's the problem. Not having lobbies, that's just not a smart thing at all. And it's unfortunate. I won! I beat Shiro! Are you serious? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Details. Because I didn't expect this. Holy... I guess I'll just wait for the details to come in. We could do a ranked match fight night. Yeah, kind of like what we did with Third Strike and got all of the achievements. God damn it, that was fun. Shiro gave me a low blow after a match. Well, he is a heel after all, or if he wasn't, he sure is now. Did I go to try to shake his hand? Is that what happened? He just punched me in the nuts? But the ball trail. Boo. Probably not wrong, though. Oh, man. Wow. So, does the rivalry continue? Or does it end right there? Because I have my eyes set on a certain shirt that I want. God damn it. I seriously, I want that shirt. Like, for real. I want to get that on a stencil. And then print it, and then go to MagFest and be like, what up? Screw Attack Club. And see how many people get the reference. Why is this music so freaking good? Wow. Did I finish him with the DDT, or did I use the Iron Plex? My brand new finisher, the Ironclad DDT. And more importantly, did Shiro get his 3 Amigos suplexes off? Because that shit's deadly. He's won more matches with that than he has with his finisher. And at this point, I'm officially a month behind on the G1 Wrestling Universe. That's probably what I'll do. I'll take a week off after I finish the Texas Shindig videos and then just get caught up on that on my days off. And then go immediately into the next 3 videos that I need to do. A super secret cooking video! Shout out to Shelby for giving me the idea to do that. The Mighty Number 9 unboxing video. Oh boy! Hashtag it's better than nothing. And that SNES fighting game from the ex-SNK people, I still haven't opened that. For all I know, the cartridge could be crushed to bits and I would never know. Because I haven't opened it. I'm pretty sure my return policy from Amazon is expired by now. I hope not. I really wanted to try it. My sister? I have a sister? It's not delivery, it's disappointment. That was such a great post. I love that picture so much. Who's my sister? I have a sister? So you're still giving that Cruiserweight title match on a down? Why? Neville's held onto that belt. I was like arbitrarily saying it's been almost 200 days. 197 days according to K-Dog. Was the match not good? You still want, and you probably still want your money back for Ukulele? Only because they, wait, what did Ukulele do that made me want the money back? Oh yeah, that's right, they used the bad word, I forgot. They used the bad word. It's verboten, it's forbidden. Sergeant Harley! That's my sister? I thought that was Rule 63 me. Or shit. Because 2 hours was gonna win the match and be better off to have it at SummerSlam. Here's the thing! I'm tired of them saving title matches for pay-per-views. Back when I was watching wrestling, there would be title matches that actually would happen and change hands on free TV. Otherwise, it's just like, what are you doing? You may as well just have like jobbers come out if you're gonna have like actually people like getting title matches on TV and you're not gonna actually have it be the actual superstars. You may as well just have jobbers come out and it's like local jobber wants a challenge. You know, the big person for the title. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. It'd be kind of like the old territory days if they did. Whoa! Did I just stumble upon a good idea? Vince McMahon, pay me money. You don't need Pat Patterson, you need me. Fuck. Whoa! Giving away the match for free devalues the Cruiserweight. I disagree. Giving away a match on TV doesn't devalue anything if the match is good. What does devalue it is that hot potato bullshit that they were doing between Charlotte and Sasha for the women's title last year. That is some bullshit. Charlotte wins it on a pay-per-view, Sasha loses it on Raw the next night. That's stupid. You have no reason to get invested only because you know that they're doing it. You can't hotshot stuff like that. Hi, I'm Jim Cornette. So wants to hear a completely random weird thing I discovered on Twitter the other day. Let's hear it, because I love Twitter. And I love random things, so it's two great tastes that go together. Here's the thing, Word Man. Even if they put it on SummerSlam, if they're going to have it be on the pre-show, where nobody's going to see it anyway, does it even matter? Because they had that whole fight with Neville, and it was a pre-show for Great Balls of Fire. And we didn't even get to see it because it wasn't even on the network package. You had to do the things separately. Speaking of which, I still haven't seen the rest of that since I got home. You were blocked by Torian? Do you want me to tweet at him and say, hey, unblock you? Because, like, hey, if I can get Hideki Kamiya to unblock Jordan, I can do anything. I took a screen cap of that. I called it Hideki Forgives. But he does not forget, let us be honest. Speaking of Platinum, how does the new Nier game fit in with the previous one?
It takes place a few millennia later.
A millennia later. So they had plenty of jitters at the worst possible time. So they had all the creative freedom that they possibly could need to tell whatever kind of story that they want.
Pretty much.
Oh, did it fix itself? You know, that seems to be a recurring theme with Platinum and the games that they do with somebody else's brand, like Metal Gear Rising, for example. It was done after Metal Gear Solid 4, so if the game didn't sell, they could just disavow its canonicity. Fortunately, it did very well, and I'm hoping that someday Konami will do the right thing and give that a proper sequel. Especially with the way it ended with Ryan ready to bust some heads with those dudes in the alleyway, and he was like, well, you know those guys are gonna get their a-holes ripped inside out. Also, the irony of me getting crushed by Ballos over a stupid move like that is not lost on me. My Rule 63 got wrecked. Well, look, here's the thing. I didn't make that character, Woody did, so I'll probably need to get in touch with Rob and say, hey, we need to change the moves. Oh, fuck. Ah! I'll just... Oh, there's no splash damage? Who was I fighting? Oh, the jitters fixed themselves. Interesting. Do I have unlimited time at the final level? Yes. But not if you're going for a... Oh, never mind. Yeah, let me just reset it right now. Relic Raider? Oh. Well, I can say that I lost to the best. But then again, I have to maintain, I didn't create that character, so I you know, I can't hold that against me or not. I do like the fact that Woody has really gotten involved in making these characters and keeping the whole thing interesting. The jitters killed me, that's right. Jeepers Creepers, where did you get those peepers at? Lord A needs to create a character? Yeah, you know who else needs a character? Shelby. Wouldn't that be great? You need a character too, Pizzap. I want you to come out to the Undertaker's theme. Do I have lovers in a dangerous space-time? Shelby has a character? Really? I've never seen her wrestle. Yes, I wasn't lovers in a dangerous space game on Games with Gold at one point.
I believe so.
So if it is, the answer is yes. You and Lord A, she rarely appears. Well, we need to change that. Okay, so yeah, I definitely do have it. Hey, you know what, Shadowcat? If you and Lord A make a tag team, you could be called the Rivermen. And that'd be pretty great. Oh,
Yeah, so I already almost got all the trophies for Sonic Mania.
oh gosh.
Though there's only 18 to begin with.
I hear Undertale only has 4. Get 1 item, get 2 items, get 3 items, get 4 items, platinum. So, for someone who's never played Undertale, I don't know if this is a difficult feat, or are you talking about just like recovery items, which are fairly common to my understanding. Oh shit. So I know Nightbot like just plugged my channel right there. I've actually seen a pretty decent uptick in subscribers since I started posting the Texas Shindig videos. Who knew? You post content, people subscribe. Who would have thought? But it only matters if they watch the stuff. I don't want inflated numbers. Last stage to download Runbow or Bayo. I know I have Bayo. I'm pretty sure I've got Runbow, but I'll have to check.
Here's what I'm wondering, since I can't play that version. Does the one version of Rumbo have Shantae in it?
Does the one version have what?
Does it have Shantae in it?
Oh!
Because she's in the Wii U and 3DS versions.
That's a good question. Somebody please check that. Anime, a Gate of Memories yet? No. And I don't even know what that is. I saw you posted a link to that on Twitter, what was it, this morning or last night? Not familiar with it. Like, my threshold for buying digital stuff has always been $10, so that definitely fits within the budget, but the, if it's something I've never heard of, I typically tend to go off of the reviews. And from there, unless if it's a game that I know is going to be bad and it's cheap, I'm going to get it anyway. The threshold tends to be 3.5 stars at $10. Because, like, you can only review the game if you actually own the game. In order to be the man, you must first beat the man. You know what surprised me recently? Finn Balor has 2 fans who are porn actresses. Okay. Is one of them the girl that held up that sign when he was still in NXT that was very, very lewd? Because that'd be pretty funny if it was. And if any of you have been watching Botchamania, I think you know which side I'm talking about. Shit. Oh, you know what? I don't know how that reminded me, but it just occurred to me, P-Zizzle. You were saying that Limited Run might get another Red Box edition, but it wouldn't be through them?
No, apparently that was a mistake from the article. There was a article mentioning about how saying someone at Limited Run was made a bad tweet about Nintendo, saying that it was their fault they didn't make a Switch version of Night Trap.
Oh.
But apparently it was actually someone, just a fan that was just making tweets.
Oh. So somebody reported on it without doing a fact check?
Yeah.
Well, that's not great. Considering Use Your Words is on the Switch, there's really no excuse why Night Trap couldn't be. But at the same token, I really...
Well, I think they said the reason Night Trap's not on there is because Nintendo denied it.
They denied it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of dumb. Sure hope that they get back to a limited run about doing stuff with them, because that would be something that I would like very much. Especially if a certain game by a certain independent studio happens and that got a limited run, I might freak the fuck out. What's up, Peaches? Anime as a third-person action RPG? Oh, well, I'm already interested. Oh, you know what? Can you talk about that thing that you told me about yesterday? Or is that still
not till Friday.
Not till Friday. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything, folks. You can go about your business of watching me fail at this game. I was gonna say this would have been a good opportunity to talk about that, but if we can't talk about it, we can't talk about it, so there we go. Oh shit. Broke the thing. Just gotta be careful. What's the star rating on the on that Animia game that you're talking about, Wordman? How many stars did Dave Meltzer give it? Oh, whoops! That wasn't supposed to happen. 4.2 out of 5 with 316 reviews. I think that's a safe bet. For $10, I think that's a safe bet. Now the real big question is, will you ever get around to playing it? Because I thought I was doing alright when the one first came out. I'm like, yeah! I finished Dead Rising before the next game I want comes out. I'll be staying ahead of the curve in this generation, no problem. 306 games later, that was the biggest lie I ever told myself this console generation. All the more reason why I want to stream more so I can actually get through the stuff that I'm actually wanting to play. Good lord, the Nemesis does more damage in a single shot than the Spur does. And then 7 Day Survivor. Yeah, 7 Day Survivor Part 2. We're doing it for the children. And it's gonna be fun. Especially since we know more things about not having to ration the food as much. Nice. Oops, daisy. Two, one, boom! 3, 2, 1, boom! Woo! Right on. If nothing else, I can get through the heavy press now consistently, and that's something I could not say this time last week. Oh, come on. Really? Alright, whatever. This, anima game, is it anime-inspired? Is it a Western RPG? I think you posted the link in the chat. Let me have a look at this real quick. Looks pretty Western. Oh, it's by Badland. Those guys have been putting out a lot of stuff recently. Sealed chamber. Shut up, Ballos. Nobody likes you. Second hardest boss in video game history. Boo! Whoops. Woo! All the little bad things show up before he even transforms. That's dirty pool. Hey, remember those things come out of the ground. There we go. Shit. Oh, man. Fuck! Holy shit. Holy fuck, that really... Fuck him up, quote! Fuck him up! Gotcha. Oh! Like Ballos said to Mario when fighting Ballos, that was scary! Thank goodness touching him actually doesn't do damage. Alright, phase
There we go.
3?
Have you used the pot yet?
I did, I had to on phase 2.
Okay.
Alright, what's about to happen since I've only got one skull left?
He'll make his way to the middle, and then platforms will appear around him. You'll have to jump onto those, because spikes will show up on the ground.
Okay. Now use the missiles?
Pause real quick, so I can explain it. Okay, what'll happen is 4 of the eyes will open up. Those you can shoot down. When you shoot them down, they'll drop to the ground and start bouncing around for a bit. Once you have an opening, you can actually attack him now to actually hurt him, and that's when you want to use missiles, basically.
Okay.
So try to make an opening and then spam with missiles when you can.
Gotcha.
And there will be cherubs along the sides. I would say be careful shooting when you go underneath because they drop straight down when they come out or when they drop off.
Okay. Shit.
I would probably say use the inventory to switch to missiles instead of trying to quick swap.
Holy fuck!
You almost got it.
It stopped my heart! Oh my gosh. Oh my heart. Yes. 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 3 3 years in the making. The island has stopped falling. Was the negative power weakened with his defeat? Okay, I thought with the core of the island being just... Oh, okay, whatever. I mean, that's good! Now I don't have to worry about the Megama dying. I really don't get it. Oh, what? No, I guess she did. I'm right there with you, Curly. I don't get it either. Whatever, maybe our work here is finally over. Can't breathe. What? Hot. So, what?
Don't worry, it's just a cutscene.
Oh, God, Jesus. I was like, fucker. Another final... Oh, Bits. How can you breathe? How can you breathe with these walls closing in? Oh, no. The walls. Help. Can't breathe. So hot. We're both gonna get crushed in here. Hey. Oh, it's Balrog. There you are, just like Misery said. You came here to save us? Hold on tight! Here we go! Wow! How is your head? A little beat up. Oh, it's animated. That's cute. Thank you for the bits, K-Dog. How can you breathe? Close. He can fly. Such a narrow escape. I thought it was scrap metal this time. Looks like we owe you another one. Yet another one. There's no need for that. I did what Misery asked. Misery? As in that witch? Yep. Doesn't she hate us? Wait, don't you hate us? Yeah, plot hole! You two defeated Ballos. Our curse was lifted thanks to you. Misery and I are no longer have to listen to take orders from anyone. Shave and a haircut. 2 bits. Suddenly this turned into the never-ending story. Please no. I thought you were a bad guy because... I thought you were a bad guy, but it was because of the demon crown. We asked for it. You have to remember, it was Misery who asked Ballos to make the crown. Why? Why did she do that? Really? I didn't know that. Yup. Why, though? Oh, come on, Wordman. And now? What are you gonna do now? I can take you anywhere. Well, since you asked, our mission's complete, so I want to live somewhere calm with a view. Pardon me, but, Yells? Can I go with you? Sure! Quote, what do you think? ... All 3 of us can live together there for sure. Really? You can even pick the spot where we all live, but take us somewhere nice. Gotcha. All right, hang on tight. 2 exclamation points. From the surface. Sometimes reliable, brother. Kenpachi Ramasama! Why didn't you do your math homework? The power supply robot. Curly Brace. Oh man, this artwork on the side's great. The doggos! Dr. Giro? A new friend. Ah, yes, the Hermit Gunsmith. Cthulhu. Sealed! If your cat wants attention, give your cat attention. It's not that hard. Only one, the eggfish. Yeah, and I killed it. Because I'm a monster. The tiny frog pet it? Corey pet it? Tough missiles, armadillo. Armored armadillo? Baron is cashing in? Oh my gosh. Rabid Migama. Misery turned around from a machine lurker. Big Monster X. Oh, there's the cat reference. Okay, I get it now. A swollen mech, huh? Oh, okay, there we go. Now I was wondering if they were ever going to turn back to normal. Oh, oh, that's great. He lost? Oh my god. Misery. And you. No, thank you for making this game. The Cast of Cave Story! No, again, thank you. Hold any button to exit. Oh, okay. Well, that was awesome. Here we go! Let me tell you about a story about a robot with a lot of bravery. I can't sing the song as good as Brent does. Oh well, I tried real hard anyway. Boba Head's online. Where's the any button? That's a great question. What's this machine gun challenge?
It's a little mini thing they added.
So Curly's like straight up like Metal Slug up in here. Oh, she has the booster? Neat.
Yep.
Ah!
Yeah, this is pretty much a little time attack thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, she only has 20 health. Oh, okay. Empty! Oh. She needs the bandana. So when I level it up, does the clip size increase?
I can't remember on the clip size, but I know it does more damage, and then at level 3 it actually adds recoil.
It has recoil?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can also use it as a mini jump.
Oh, neat. Oh, no, it's still 25. Is there like leaderboard support for this, or is this just like personal
there is.
challenge?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
there is
leaderboard.
I'm not super huge on this kind of stuff, but I find it to be interesting. You know, like we've got time to fill. Oh, we're in the egg chamber. Kevin's online. Whoa! You weren't kidding!
Yep.
That's cool. If I wasn't so sure having the spur was the way to go, I almost wish I got that instead.
Yeah, it has its uses, just the spur's just that much better.
Yeah. Also, unlike a lot of games where like, oh, I see what's going on here. No? That, like, there's a lot of other games, like, you get the ultimate weapon, but you get, like, less than an hour to really enjoy it. You actually do get to use the spur for a decent amount of time before the finale. Oh! Oh, congratulations. Be sure to lock one of the other challenges. You suck. 4 minutes and 4.5. 1277. Oh, that's not terrible. What's a sand pit?
I think that's another similar one.
I have just the fireball.
Oh, you know what? Now I think about it, the last challenge actually required getting the Nemesis.
Oh, so it was a good thing that we got it.
I don't remember if we did.
Yeah, oh, wait, no, we didn't.
Yeah, I think he kept the blade. But it's just a time attack that uses just the Nemesis.
Oh, well then, you know. Maybe someday I'll replay it. Wink. Boy, oh boy, the fireball isn't strong. Look at the GIF. Okay, I'll look at the GIF. Rude. Whoa! That's terrible! This girl is just straight up flipping Cena off. Like, right up in his face. Wow! Is he dusting off? Is that what he's doing? He's dusting off the 5-knuckle? Oh, you can't see it? That's crazy. You want Genesis? I don't know if you do. Oh, I don't have the booster. Man.
Nope.
Oh, well. Well, that's a thing. View rankings. You can't rank something Sanctuary time attack mode?
Yeah, that's going back through hell.
Oh, okay, yeah. Boss attack, huh?
The Wind
That was
Fortress
after
would
he
probably
screwed
be
over
the
Barry.
one. The Wind Fortress would probably be the one worth looking at because that's actually a cut scene area from the game.
Oh, hold on a second. Drafty Cave. Ah! Got the map. Oh, music. Shit.
It also unlocks the song for this in the jukebox just by trying it.
Ah! Bottom of the island. Fuck.
Yeah.
You were never seen again.
I would almost say this might need to be a mini stream though on its own.
Oh, what? This is long?
It's a bit long, yeah. There's like 3 sections to it,
Oh, dear.
not including this part, or not including this first screen. And it has a boss fight at the end.
And it has a boss fight. Wow.
Yeah.
Jimbo Socks, thank you, buddy. We did it. Game options. Flipped. That's right. Oh, did we get everything? I
Yeah,
think
that's
we did.
everything.
Hey!
Yeah, getting the best ending unlocks all but the Wind Fortress song.
Oh, wow. Bum. Do, 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 do. It's Curly's. Oh! This is a good track. Like I said, this is the reward level. It's like, hey, you got your ass kicked for like the last 3 hours. Have some fun. Oh, and by the way, Curly has a level 3 machine gun. That's some good shit. Wow, Sue looks really panicked here. Oh, wow. What's the cherub? Oh. Hell. How appropriate. This soundtrack's really effing good. Sue! Yeah, Wordman, like when the 360 backward compatibility program was launched, there was like 120 titles that were out of the gate. Now they're close to 300.
I think over that now.
You know, this is like, definitely shows that, like, considering how successful this has been, I think this saved Xbox Live for the 360. Because there's, right now, if they still can sell this on a platform through virtualization, this is going to be sustainable for a long time, which is great. And as it's been shown, this virtualization progress has had the games performing better on them. There's every advantage to play it. King. What's this guy's? We know what this is. Yeah, spooky! Ballos. Good effing music. And we're still getting the OG Xbox games on back-to-back compatible. Yeah, I'm seriously wondering what the criteria for that is and how many games they're going to have launching with that. And more importantly, will they be offering them digitally? Will they be able to bring those back digitally, or is it going to be disc-based only? Now, if it is just disc only, that's a huge bit of fan service right there that's costing them money with no return. It's the right thing to do. But if they find a way to sell it digitally, I'd be okay with that as well.
Or if they could at least bring back the ones that they did sell on the 360.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I played a good portion of San Andreas until because I'm a freaking idiot. I didn't know that you would eventually lose all the territory that you had amassed in San Andreas. So I had gotten as far as San Fierro when you meet the FBI agent in the desert. And that's as far as I've ever gotten in San Andreas. I've never beaten it because I found out that, eventually you lose all the territory. And I'm like, I can't bring myself to do that all over again. So, when it got announced for the 360, I'm like, okay, here's what I'll do. I will play that one. And then I just won't capture all the territory until the game lets you do that. I'll just level up my stats and do that. All right. I don't know. We got 15 minutes. I think that'll do it for tonight. Cool. Well, hey, we did it. Finally. It was funny because I think the furthest we ever got last time was a part 5. And we actually put it to bed on part 5. So that actually works out really well. Have they found out how to access the hot coffee mod in the 360 port? I think that's going to be not there at all because when they recalled the game and reissued it, they actually removed it from the game. So they didn't lock it out. They actually straight up removed it. So anytime you see Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on PS2 Sunday Driver Edition or Second Edition on Xbox, that actually has that stuff removed. So I'd have to assume that they have it removed on the 360 version.
Yeah, if it was there, we would have already heard about it by now.
Yeah, because, in order to get to that scene on the PS2 and the Xbox, you need a Game Shark. And to do it on PC, it's a simple mod. That would require you having a modded 360, and that gets you in all kinds of trouble with Xbox Live. So, yeah. Yeah, I saw my original copy of San Andreas for the actually, I don't have it for the PS2, I have it for the Xbox. And actually, we will close out on a story. Let's talk about the hot coffee incident. So, when the news broke about that, GameStop was like, oh, this is a rated adults only, we're recalling every single copy in the company. And I was mad. I was furious. This is expression, and what's the point of having an AO rating if you can't use it? This is dumb. I'm going to protest. I'm going to continue to sell these copies until my inventory is sold out. And I sold one copy before I got a phone call saying, those are supposed to be on recall. Why are you selling them? Fearing that my job was now in jeopardy because I technically sold an adults-only game, I took all the rest of the games for the PS2, the Xbox, and PC, and I was so mad, I printed out a shipping label for it to send it back to home office, and forgot to put a packing slip in there. But what I did remember to do was write down on a sheet of paper that said, Free Carl Johnson. Weeks later, when my inventory was coming up, I was going through the final preparations and was noticing I still had an on-hand for all those copies on the PS2, the Xbox, and PC. I got in touch with store support and said, yeah, I'm still showing an on-hand on this. These were on recall. Why haven't they been taken out of the system? It's like, sir, according to this, you never sent them out. They were never processed. And I'm like, That can't be. Here's the UPS tracking number. Well, yeah, that's true. This UPS tracking number does show it was delivered to the central warehouse. Let me put you in touch with someone who may be able to get some answers. And they actually have a whole line of, unclaimed product with people that forget to put the packing slip in there. But they said, sir, you're not the only one. Can you remember how many on hand that you had? And you shipped in the box and said, okay, we've got 20 some boxes left that match this quantity. Where are you from? I'm from Herndon, Virginia. Okay, this is the one box that's got the return label from Herndon, Virginia, but we don't have a way of knowing if it's yours or not without a packing slip. You sure there was nothing in there? It's like, open the box, find a slip of paper. Does it say Free Carl Johnson on it? Sir, I believe this is yours. So my silent protest of saying Free Carl Johnson actually saved me from several $100s of incurring loss on my store. So yeah, that's my San Andreas black hot coffee incident. Free Carl Johnson. That is some crazy flippy shit. Hashtag flippy shit. Dude, that luchador's going ape shit. That's good stuff. Yeah, hashtag Free Carl Johnson. If Twitter existed back then. Wow. Off the top rope. Okay. Alright, well anyways, that will do it for tonight. The 205 Live Vader's Nightmare. Wah, wah. Alright, well, we did it! We did it! We finished Cape Story. Something that I didn't think I'd be able to do back then, but I've done now, and now we move forward with, now I gotta figure out what are we gonna do next on Tuesdays. Whoops! Oh, you know what? We could go back to ukulele, because the console update is finally out, and see all the cool stuff. That's probably what we'll do next, because I think we're closer to the end of ukulele than we are at the beginning. So anyway, that will do it for tonight. See you all this Friday for Soldiers of Misfortune. Jordan and I gotta bust our asses to finish that up, because we're getting very close to the end of her time being able to play it. I think we could probably finish it before the end of the month. Yeah, so that will do it. All right, peeps, thank you so much for watching and hanging out and having a good time. And shout out to my subscribers being the little Twitch affiliate craziness that this is. Thank you, Pizzap, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Chomps. Thank you, Vinny. And thank you, K-Dog. You guys are fantastic and help making this little tiny dream become a reality. So, okay, cool deal. We'll see y'all on Friday, and have a splendid first evening. Care to say goodnight, Pizzap?
Good night.
All right, good night, everybody. Ciao, ciao.